in this series, we're going to be talking about pipe prepping for air conditioning, right?
We are.
So, 15 or 30 metre coils, size range, just remind me.
Size range from 1/4 all the way up to 7/8.
And what's this one?
So this is 1/4 inch pipe. This is going to be the smallest. In air conditioning, that's what you're going to come across.
Okay, and this is one of the most popular sizes, right?
Yeah, so any sort of like domestic, any sort of small splits, you're going to come across 1/4 and 3/8 is you predominantly your size.
And we can see it's quite flexible because it's soft.
Yep.
That's the purpose of coil, whereas this straight length is more half hard.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, so when you originally get it out of the bag, you have it capped.
You do. So, everything is capped as it comes out of the box.
Yes.
So
I notice on this end you've got a little bit of tape. So Tom, explain to me why you have put tape on there.
So this is like a little installer's trick really. So any apprentices out there, you want to keep the end of the pipework covered because that will stop any dirt, contaminants, anything like that entering the pipework.
Right, because obviously it's going to be put in through.
It's going to be put into the system.
Yeah, so you want it as clean as possible.
You want it as clean as possible.
So every time you cut a bit of tube off, which you're going to do now, pipe prepping, you tape it off when you
basically, so anytime you're finished with a coil or anytime you're installing any sort of pipe work, you want to tape the ends up.
Cool, okay. So, first things first, how do you prep the pipe? So you've got this out of the pack.
Yep.
You're ready to go.
You're ready to install it.
Right. So you want to. What do you got to do?
So first of all, I just want to give a comparison.
Yes.
About the difference in the pipe work. So this side.
Yep.
Is your clean pipe. This side is the unprepped pipe. So you can see the difference in colour of how dirty everything is.
Right. Okay.
So the first thing
you
we
mean
want to do,
by the way, Tom? You mean as it's come out of the pack?
So as it's come out of the pack, it is gonna be clean as it's come out of the pack.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're gonna go on site after a week, 2 weeks, whatever.
Okay, so you've got a bit of oxidation going on.
Exactly.
Right.
So you want that to be
which is
as clean
perfectly
as possible.
fine.
Yeah.
But you're right. Okay.
But yeah, you just want to take that off.
Okay.
So what I need from you is the cleaning cloth.
So I bob over here
somewhere.
And this is what, Emery Cloth?
It's just like an emery cloth. And so what you do is this is the bit that you're going to prep.
Yeah.
So you literally just give that, and you can see the difference in colour straight away.
Taking the oxidation off.
The oxidation off. So now, whenever you're going to be brazing any sort of press fitting, anything like that, that's what you're going to be working with. Just a clean bit of pipe with. And
you would do that on the coil as well, or not?
Yeah, you do that on a coil. So with the tape.
Take the tape off.
Take the tape off. Or your cap, whatever you've got. So now you've got an open end that's ready to go onto the system.
Right.
So
you've obviously calculated what length that you need to cut off.
Yeah, so you can either leave it on the coil and just roll out as much as you need.
Yeah.
And then cut whatever suits.
Right.
So with that, you just put your emery cloth round.
Yeah.
Give that a clean up.
Yeah.
And now you have a shiny bit of copper to work with.
So you either start straight off on that and use the coil, or if you want to use a cut length.
Yes. So not like usually when you get a coil out of the packet, it's near enough. It's near enough no, but you do want to just clean the ends anyway.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So we want to prep the pipe. So we're going to cut a piece off, shall we?
Yeah. So let's say.
What do you need?
So we need the pipe cutters.
Pipe cutters.
Yes.
Okay. This be one.
That would be one.
Explain.
So. This is just a mini pipe cutter that will go from 1/4 all the way up to 7/8 usually. Some do go up to 1/8 depending on which one you have. But this one is actually really good because you've got hard and soft. So it's got a little spring in the back. I don't know whether you can see that. Got a little spring on the back. So whether you're doing hard or soft, it will basically, when you do that up and you tighten that up, you can go from soft to hard, and then it's a self. So you don't, normally on other pipe cutters, you have to twist that. Go around,
okay, so it's not all pipe cutters.
Yeah, so it's an automatic pipe cutter.
Just this particular brand. Okay.
Yeah. So that is now cut.
I've seen, and I don't know whether it's right or not, people doing, because obviously it's soft, and they just do that and that and that until it snaps.
Yeah.
Would you recommend doing that or not?
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Because?
Well, if you need to if you need to flare, braze, things like that, you're not, because you've got a snapped end, there's nothing you can join to.
Right. So you still got to then cut the end off.
Exactly.
So you might as well just cut it straight away.
You might as well
and
just
then
cut the end off, bit of tape on, and then you're ready to go on that.
Okay. So having cut the pipe, what do you need to do next?
So the most important thing is deburring.
Right. Deburring is
when you've cut the pipe.
Yes.
There will be a slight indentation of copper
Okay.
as the blade has gone through.
Right.
So it's basically like a little lip that's acting around the inside of the copper.
Yeah. Same as what we do in plumbing.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay.
And then that will be sort of like a restriction.
Yes.
So imagine you've got a 1/4 inch pipe, which we've got here, and then you've cut the pipe, and now you've gone down in size.
Okay.
Because of that.
And also, copper lip. It's a bit rough, so if you're putting a fitting in there, say like Maxi Pro, where there's an O-ring, you stand a chance of snagging it or something like that. So it's always wise to deburr. And it's just really good practice. Okay, so let's do some deburring. What do we need? We need we need the deburrer. We've got 3 different types of deburrers. Is that one? Yep. This one? Yep. And that one. And they're the 3 most common types you're going to come across. Let's go through, before we do a deburr, let's talk about what the differences are. So this deburrer is one that does internal and external. Okay. So this is basically like a 2-in-1. Right. So this is really handy if you're, for 1/4 inch pipe, you're going to struggle with that type. Right, because it's just because of the diameter of the deburrer. Okay. So, but it's good for the outside of the pipe, so you can still use that. Yeah. Give that a twist. And then you'll see it's taken the edge off of the outside. Yeah. So especially for press fitting, when there's a rubber seal, that's not going to get snagged on the outside of the pipe. Cool. Another one is your pencil type. So this is probably the most common one you're going to come across. Okay. So this is inside the pipe. Yeah. And again, just spin, and then you'll see some copper shavings start coming out. Yeah. And then that'll be the inside of your pipe is clean. This is exactly the same as the pencil one, but again, just goes like that, and you can see the copper shavings coming out. And give it a little tap. And now the inside of your pipe is now deburred, so there's no snags, and you've got the full diameter, and the outside is also deburred as well. Yeah, it's quite smooth, isn't it? So that's deburring. Have you got any advice? So my advice would probably be, when you're deburring the pipe, always try to point the pipe downwards at an angle, because when you're doing the internal, the shavings, if you're upright, will drop into the system, and that is a big no-no for contaminants in the refrigeration system. So always point the pipe always, down. If you can, point it downwards, and then the shavings will drop out the bottom. Oh, good top tip. Is that pipe prepping? It's pretty much pipe prepping in regards to sort of like deburring and stuff, yeah. In this video we've done pipe cutting, we've done deburring, and then you also did the shining of the pipe to get rid of the oxidation. Yep. So whether you're using a straight length or a coil, that's the process that you do. Any sort of copper tube. Any system. Yeah, any copper tube, these are the steps you want to be taking. Cool. Thanks for watching.